She leaves flowers by the sink, hums old songs without thinking, touches my arm while she speaks, like love to her comes naturally. And she's everything I claimed I wanted after all the pain. Soft where we were sharp and wild, calm where we burned out every night. But every now and then somehow your memory still finds me now, cutting through the quiet air, like part of you still lingers there. I learned how to love someone else in your shadow, built a new life while carrying old ghosts. And she deserves a heart completely open, not one still haunted by what we were. But sometimes she laughs a certain way, and all the past comes flooding back again. God, I hate how part of me still compares every love to you and me. She asks me what's been on my mind, I say nothing every time. Watching cities blur at night, trying to outrun old memories inside. You still return in little ways through winter air and crowded trains. Not dramatic, not intense, just enough to wreck my confidence. And I know nostalgia twists the truth, turns broken things beautiful. Still I replay every scene like losing you rewired me completely. I learned how to love someone else in your shadow, trying hard not to let it show, trying not to compare her tenderness to a love that left me wrecked. And she loves me in steady ways, without the fear, without the games. So why does part of me still run back to the chaos we became? Maybe intense love leaves marks that softer hands can't pull apart. Maybe healing doesn't erase the people who once changed your shape. Or maybe I just miss the rush of feeling way too much at once, back when every kiss and fight made us feel dangerously alive. I learned how to love someone else in your shadow, and some nights I almost think I can. Some nights the past feels small enough to finally loosen its hands. But then your name crosses my mind, like smoke dissolving through the light. And I remember certain loves never really leave your life. She deserves a love that stays, not one still trapped in yesterday. taxi cab, car downtown in the rain. Said you heard our old song playing, and suddenly my name. I was half asleep in someone else's room, trying hard not to think of you, but your voice still cuts straight through, like it always does. Every time our worlds align, something pulls us out of time, too early or too late. Never face to face, we're parallel hearts, running side by side in the dark, close enough to feel the sparks, never close enough to start. And every road leads back to you, no matter what I try to do, but fate keeps tearing us apart like parallel hearts. You moved away last winter time, I stayed buried in my life. Now your pictures glow blue-white on my phone at night. You say you still think of me when the city cannot sleep, when the trains shake underneath your apartment walls. And maybe in another world you were still my girl, but this one keeps moving fast and never lets us last. We're parallel hearts, drifting through the same old stars, passing by like satellites, vanishing before daylight. And every touch becomes a ghost, every almost hurts the most, still circling from afar like parallel hearts. I swear I feel you everywhere, in every crowded room, like some unfinished melody still hanging in the blue. Maybe love was made to pass, like shadows moving over glass. Maybe some hearts only meet to haunt each other beautifully. We're parallel hearts, two shadows underneath the stars, always close enough to see what we could never be. And if our timing never changes, if forever stays complicated, I'll still carry who you are inside my parallel hearts. Somewhere you're awake tonight, looking at the same moonlight, living another life apart with your parallel heart. Your sweater's gone from the chair now, but the shape of you still hangs around in coffee cups beside the sink. And all the nights I couldn't sleep, the hallway still knows your footsteps, the mirror still reflects your silhouette, and every room feels dim somehow, like you took the light but left the clouds. I opened every window wide, still couldn't clear you from my mind. Funny how a person leaves, but something heavier remains. You left your sadness in my apartment. Now it lives here with me every night. In the quiet hum of appliances and shadows underneath the light. You packed your books and your records, but forgot the ache inside these walls. Now every corner of this place still sounds like us when darkness falls. I sleep diagonally these days, still wake up reaching anyway. Your side of the bed stays cold, like it's protecting your ghost. Even the plants look different now, like they can feel your absence somehow. Everything we touch together feels unfinished afterward. And I hate how healing happens slowly, how grief hides in ordinary things, like hearing keys outside the door and hoping for 1 second it's you. You left your sadness in my apartment. It settles softly in the air. Inside unfinished conversations and strands of smoke still lingering there. Changed the sheets, moved all the furniture, tried to make this place feel new, but memory sticks to everything when you love somebody truly. Maybe heartbreak isn't loud, maybe it's much quieter than that. Maybe it's just learning how to exist beside the aftermath. Because nothing here looks different still, the whole room feels rearranged, like losing you shifted something invisible I can't place back again. You left your sadness in my apartment, and some nights I swear it breathes through the radiator in winter and the spaces between my sleep. Someday this place will just be walls. Someday your ghost won't live here too. But right now, every inch of this room still carries something of you. You left your sadness in my apartment, and I still don't know how to make it leave. You came into my life in August. Warm wind, heavy skies above us. Everybody said be careful, but danger never looked so beautiful. You laughed like breaking glass at midnight, pulled me under with one look in your eyes, and loving you felt cinematic right before it turned catastrophic. There were warning signs everywhere, but I mistook chaos for care. Every storm feels romantic until it starts destroying things. Your love arrived like bad weather, beautiful and all at once severe. One moment sunlight through the window, next moment everything disappeared. You flooded every part of me till I forgot what calmness was, and I didn't see the damage till there was nothing left untouched. You knew exactly how to pull me close and disappear when I needed you most. And every fight became a season, cold fronts blowing through the evenings. Some nights you'd hold me like forever, some nights I barely knew you whatsoever. I spent so long adapting to emotional climate changes, and I kept hoping after every storm we'd somehow return to normal. But love shouldn't feel like surviving inside somebody else's hurricane. Your love arrived like bad weather, thunder shaking through my chest. One kiss could make me weightless, one silence could wreck my head. And maybe intensity feels holy when you're young and wanna feel alive, but eventually all that lightning leaves burn marks behind. Now sunny days make me uneasy, peace feels almost unfamiliar. Funny how loving somebody chaotic teaches your nervous system panic. I still catch myself expecting doors to slam, voices rising even after all this distance. Part of me still lives inside that storm. Your love arrived like bad weather, beautiful enough to ignore the threat. And by the time I understood you, I was already too deep in it. Now I watch the clouds form slowly and leave before the rain begins, because some people teach you love and others teach you what survives it. Your love arrived like bad weather, and somehow I still miss the rain. You used to call me every night just to hear me breathe a while, back when everything between us still felt dangerous and wild. We'd talk for hours in the dark, like nobody else existed. But something changed when real life came, and suddenly we couldn't fix it. I loved the distance at first, the mystery made it hurt, and all the ways that felt romantic before it turned into something tragic. The closer we got, the worse it felt, like holding broken glass too tight against myself. You look better in my mind than you ever did in real life, and I hate that it's the truth, but distance made me love you. when things got too close, how silence filled the room so fast. After all our midnight hope, you said I asked for too much. I said you never let me in. Somewhere between the fight and we lost what this had been. Maybe I wanted the dream more than the reality, because fantasies don't disappoint the way people do eventually. The closer we got, the worse it felt. Like every piece of us collapsed into itself. You held me like forever, then drifted out so easily. And now I miss the person I convinced myself you'd be. Sometimes I still replay those old late night conversations, before I knew your habits, before disappointment. Back when missing you felt beautiful, before loving you felt lonely, before I realized almost was the best we'd ever be. The closer we got, the quieter we became, until all we had left were different kinds of pain. And maybe we were never wrong, just never meant for honesty, because distance kept us perfect until reality reached me. You were easier to love before I really knew you. I saw you standing near the back, same leather jacket, dressed in black, laughing with somebody new, like I never happened to you. The room blurred underneath the light, music shaking through the night. I turned away and checked my phone, pretending I was fine alone. But every step you took across the room pulled old memories into view, and suddenly my chest felt tight, like heartbreak never really leaves you. I forgot how to breathe around you, forgot how to act okay when looking. All the walls I built just started breaking. You said, hey, like we were strangers, like nothing beautiful got ruined. But standing there that close to you felt like falling back into it. Into it. Your voice still sounds the way it did back when I thought we'd last through this. Back before the silence came and slowly swallowed everything. You asked me how I've been these days. I lied the way I always do, said life's been good, I can't complain, while trying not to look at you. And your smile still hits the same, like fire underneath the rain. God, I hate how after all this time you still know exactly what to say. I forgot how to breathe around you, like my body still remembers. Every night I try to lose the ghost of us together, and you move so casually, like I was just somebody who knew all every little thing. Tonight still circles back to you. Back to you. Maybe we were too young, maybe maybe time destroyed us. Maybe some people stay inside your blood long after they stop loving you. Because I swore I'd healed enough to hear your name and feel nothing. Then you walked into the room, and suddenly I felt everything. I forgot how to breathe around you, forgot how hard this could hit, how one small conversation could reopen all of it. And when you disappeared again into the crowd in neon blue, I realized part of me still belonged to you. Kept moving, but I stayed frozen there, watching your shadow disappear. Platform 3, same gray sky staring back at me. Coffee shaking in my hands, half awake and late again. Then you walked into the car, headphones on, distant and calm. Tired shadows under your eyes, like the night stayed past. And every morning after that, I looked for you through crowded glass, like maybe something in my life was finally about to happen. The morning train smelled like rain, and your perfume on my scarf again. You never even spoke my name, still I built whole worlds around you. While the city rushed outside, you'd stare into the blurred skylines. And somehow every tired day started ending with you in my mind. You always sat 2 seats away, reading books I'd never say I bought, just to feel close somehow, like that could bring us closer now. Some mornings you looked half asleep, others lost too deep to reach. I wondered if your life was sad, or if you only looked like that. And I know it sounds insane to miss someone I never claimed, but lonely hearts build whole worlds from people they barely know. The morning train smelled like rain, and every stop stayed the same. But you became my favorite part of every broken morning. You'd leave before the final line, disappearing into crowds outside. And all day long I'd replay the ghost of you beside me. Then 1 week you never came, just empty seats and colder days. And suddenly the train felt real.